Good evening, ladies. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the show. So, tonight's show is about being exclusive and the game men play with exclusivity. The truth is, ladies, a man already knows. From the first time a man sees you, he already knows if he wants to be exclusive with you. You know, this is one of the biggest secrets men don't talk about, ladies. This is actually what we discuss privately. We discuss privately how soon we know. And so from a man sees you, when he sees you for the first time, ladies, okay, he makes a judgment call. He makes a judgment call as to, are you the marrying type or are you not? Now, there's some subcategories, okay, when we start talking about the non-marrying type of woman. We got our little subcategories of what. But the main point is this. Are you the marrying type or not? And notice I said from the first time he sees you, not when he met you, not during the dating process. He made a decision on whether or not you're the marrying type or not. And so during that 3 month period, while he is dating you, he's actually confirming what he assumed when he first saw you. So he's moving through the process real quickly, ladies. We have an internal checklist that we're going off of. And it starts with when we see you. That's why timelines are so very important, ladies, because no timeline, no pressure. No pressure, no decision. And where there is no decision, ladies, guess what? You have a situationship. And that's why timelines are so important. And that's why a man knows exactly if he wants to be exclusive with you or not. Let me go ahead and break it down further. Hey, Rochelle, how are you? I want to thank you for joining in. All right. So we're getting down tonight. We're talking about being exclusive and how from day one, a man puts you in a category. Okay. He already knows if he wants to be exclusive with you. So this is the internal checklist because remember, everything starts off for a man with physical and visual appearance. He's reading your energy, the way you move, your vocal tone, the way you look, all of that sexual, sensual, physical energy, the woman you are. He is judging you based on that. He could smile and laugh and be on the date and there's chemistry and all that stuff. But ladies, the man is judging you. The fact that he's talking to you, for a man, he is only talking to you because he finds that you are physical, you are sexually compatible to him. Now, I'm not saying this to shame men and all this other stuff. No, because I'm a man. No. What I'm saying is this is what turned the lights on for us. So we go through the whole physical, are you physically capable? So we run through that. That's the checklist. We approach you. That's based on that. So the next thing a man does on the checklist, whether he's a good man or not, he's testing you to see what you will tolerate. That's when those guys get into the whole deal of being not being consistent. They'll see you like 3 or 4 times out of the week. They spend most of the time texting you. He's testing you. He's trying to see how far he can go and exactly what boundaries can he push. Because the deal with men is this, and this goes back to the phases men go through when they are dating, and that's a whole nother video. We're going to get into that. He wants to get to comfortable and consistency. Comfortable, ease, consistency. And the consistency for him, that's to help him to get to know you as fast as he can. Because what happens next is he's going to build a routine around whatever decision he's made. So he's looking at, what is she going to tolerate? Now, for the good man, the man that wants a relationship with you, okay, what he's doing is he's checking lifestyle. He wants to see how you feel about his lifestyle. He might have a very busy lifestyle. He might be an entrepreneur. He might be climbing the ladder. So for a woman he wants for the future, he wants to see how she feels, because in later on in the relationship, he's going to adjust based on how you feel about his current lifestyle. Now, with the third thing on the checklist is going to be chemistry. For the man that just wants to play you, what he's doing is he's trying to figure out, what is your chemistry? Because chemistry is what he's creating to keep the relationship going. As long as he can keep you fun, okay, rather than future, as in future wife, then we good. So I want to keep that chemistry going. But for the man that wants a relationship that's leading towards marriage, he's looking at compatibility. And that's the thing that's on his checklist. He's looking at, what's your perspective on life? What are your morals? What are your principles? What are your values? Are they comparable to mine? Because living together, experiencing life together, he wants to make sure that you all are pretty much seeing through the same lenses. That way, there won't be a whole lot of conflict. So, moving into the fourth and pretty much the final thing on this checklist when it comes to being exclusive. Now we're looking at conflict resolution. For the man that doesn't care, as far as conflict resolution goes, he's just hoping that you all will get over the problem. However, if it means him not facing up to the problem, pretending it don't exist, we're in a relationship, we have an argument, he buys you flowers, he buys you roses, he doesn't really apologize. He just keeps going on with the day, hoping that maybe you won't notice or you'll just let it go. That's because he just wants to be comfortable. Now, for the man that wants marriage, for him, conflict resolution is very important. He will stop the relationship so that you all can resolve the problem, because he understands that a problem that's not resolved, it can grow, and it can grow into something that later on can't be solved. So he wants to stop immediately and get it solved. So then, I know you're probably wondering, well, why then do men delay? Why do they delay being exclusive? And one of the things I really, really, really want to touch on is this. When we're talking about exclusivity, And I'm talking about within the 3 month period, I'm talking about just being exclusive. I'm not talking about marriage, ladies. And see, this is the thing about being exclusive. Exclusive means I promise to commit to you solely with the purpose of finding out if we're a good fit for marriage, minus the distractions. I don't want the distractions and confusions of Tanya and Keisha and Becky and whomever. I don't want all of that confusion. So, in being exclusive, okay, I am committed solely to you. You are my focus, and I am not letting all of these side options interfere with that. That's what exclusive is. It's not marriage. Being exclusive means that we're kicking off the relationship. And that's why I'm saying a man already knows. So when a man starts delaying being exclusive, he's doing it intentionally. Because in the first phase of a relationship, which is all about attraction, and for men, it's about physical attraction, he's already made a judgment about you just based on seeing you physically because we're visual. He's reading the way you're dressed. He's reading your body language, the way you move, the way you talk to him. He's reading all of that and he's making a judgment. Is she the marrying type or not? It's only one or the other, y'all. You have the little subcategories, yes, and the non-marrying type, you got the little sub, but it's really either I want to marry you or not. And so he is moving quickly through this checklist that I was just giving you all, ladies, because he wants to get to comfort and convenience. He wants to start building a routine around the relationship as quickly as he can. So it doesn't take him 3 months. He's made a judgment. And so within that 3 months, there's really only a couple deep conversations he needs to have with you to figure out if he wants to be exclusive. We're just talking about being exclusive, y'all. That's being solely committed to you and figuring this out. This is not marriage. And you mean to tell me within 3 months' time, he doesn't know if you don't have the potential for marriage? This guy is experiencing you, ladies. He's experienced you on a daily basis for 3 months. Imagine being on a job. Imagine being on a job, right? And you're meeting all the people and everything else. How long does it take for you to become comfortable or have a have a pretty good idea of who's who in the company, who you can actually trust, who is the go-getter in the company, who, the suspicious kind of person. They may probably stab you in the back, the fly in the ointment. But in 3 months, you could pretty much tell. And it's the same thing with a man because he's experiencing you every day. He knows how you resolve conflict. He knows your temperament. So let's move on to why men won't commit. Most of the times, ladies, it's because, and this going to sound simple, but I'm telling you, ladies, this is the truth. They're just selfish. They are a party of one and they don't want to be a party of two because what it means now is when it comes to commitment, they have to take all of those lustful desires and options off the table. This is, I promise you, ladies, this is what it boils down to. Some men are suffering from arrested development. They're still stuck in their teenage years. They haven't gotten past the wet dream, what I call the wet dream syndrome. And that's what men go through during puberty. He is not willing and he is not ready. He does not have the adult mindset or the marriage maturity mindset to be in a relationship that's going to be long term. Men that want marriage, ladies, men that are looking for a long term relationship, they walk into the dating realm already with that mindset. And if they're sitting across the table from you and you are a good woman, he wants to take you off the market as quickly as he can. I'm sorry, I'm just being honest. There aren't a lot of women, okay, finding a woman that you can go to war with, you can go to bat with. This is rare. So when he's sitting across the table from you and he's finding out that you are that woman, you're that good woman, he knows other men see the same thing. So the thing he wants to do is take you off the market quickly. So when you're going into 4 months and 5 months and 6 months of dating and there is no exclusivity, he's not being exclusive, it's because he's playing a game. It's like going to the store and finding an outfit. That outfit is amazing. I want that outfit, but I can't afford it. What am I going to do? I'm going to put it on layaway because I want to take it off the floor because I don't want anyone else picking it up. And it's the same thing with a man. He wants to take you off the floor. He wants to take you off the market. Now, going through the 3 month process, how do you protect yourself? Well, the first thing you want to do on the first date, just like marketing, you want to do a soft launch, just a soft launch, you know, introduce into the conversation, just softly. I love dating, but I want to date a man that's intentional, a man that's looking for a long-term relation, long-term relationship. And then at the end, say something along the lines like, what do you think? And it's always good, ladies, at the end of something meaningful, something impactful that relates to integrity, that relates to anything that's going to build a relationship or give you insight into his character. You always want to end it with a question. And the reason why is this: it interrupts the conversation and it forces him to think before he answers. So when you ask, what do you think? And he stops, now he has to think about his answer. And whatever his answer is after that, now you can judge him by his actions. Does his actions line up with his words? The second thing, ladies, and this is probably the biggest thing, okay? You want to be willing to lose him, meaning that you want to be able to walk away. I've heard many women say, I'm afraid to ask him. I'm afraid to scare him off with these questions. No, ladies. When you are afraid to scare him off, then what you do is you start compromising your integrity. You start compromising your standards because You don't want to lose him. You don't want you don't want him to walk away. So you start doing things that you normally wouldn't do because you want to keep him. So you want to be able to say, hey, look, if this doesn't work out, I'm not giving up my standards for this. I'm willing to walk away. The third thing, ladies, and this is also big, you want to create milestones in the relationship. Because, like I said earlier, if there is no timeline, there is no pressure. Because even sometimes with good men, okay, we're quick to make a decision to want to be in a relationship with you. Once we find out that you're the woman for us, you're the kind of woman we want to be with, we sometimes lag on the timeline. So it's always good to put milestones during the dating process. Create a 1 month milestone where you can actually stop and say, okay, we're at the 1 month mark. I'm going to look at where we started to where we are now. Has there been any growth? Is there a progression? Are you seeing a pattern that's moving towards marriage? So you always want to create milestones. And then the last one, you always want to observe. You want to observe him because, and this is in another video, but we'll go through it a bit here. In the dating process, dating goes through phases. So on the side with men, okay, we start off basically the first 3 phases for men. It's really about physical attraction. The first phase is how you look and the way you move, and are you sexually compatible to us? That turns on the light for us. That turns on the ignition. And then it moves towards enjoyment and curiosity. He's curious about you. He's enjoying the moment. And then, so by the time you get into the third phase, which is convenience and comfort, he's still being driven by his desire to be with you. By this time, you all may have been physically intimate, and he's creating routines around it. And so this can look like a relationship because it mimics that you're his girlfriend. He's giving you what I call the girlfriend vibes. So it's very important to observe him to see what phase he's in, because for most women it starts off physical. It starts off with confidence and his masculine energy and how that makes you feel. It makes you feel comfort. So then once you feel comfortable, you feel safe with him, that's when most women start trying to connect. They're trying to create a deeper bond with him. They're trying to bond with him and have conversations that will connect them to him emotionally. So you are observing him to see which phase he's actually in comparison to the phase you're in, because you want to be able to adjust to whatever phase he's in. So the bottom line, ladies, is this. From day one, when we see you, and I am positive you all have heard this. You hear men say all the time, oh yeah, she's marriage material. And they say that right off the bat. It doesn't take us any time to say that. We're saying that in the first couple days, the first couple weeks, we're saying, yeah, she's marriage material. Because we've already made that judgment call. So if we know you are marriage material, then what's the problem with being exclusive? You feeling what I'm saying? If you are feeling what I'm saying, y'all, put FYP, y'all. Feel you, Phoenix. Put it in the chat. What is up, y'all? What is up? And do we have any questions so far? All right. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you. Absolutely. What's up for Sean? And what's up to everybody as well? Yeah. He's playing a game with you. Bottom line, ladies, he's playing a game. He already knows. We know what a wife looks like, y'all. We already know what a wife looks like. So within that 3 months, all we're doing is we're testing the waters. We're trying to confirm that you're a wife or you're not. And we start evaluating you before we even start talking to you. Now, ain't that something? And we're starting right off rip with what's in front of us. Your physical appearance, that energy you exude when you move. You know what I'm saying? We're reading the energy and what you're wearing, the way you talk to us. He's evaluated. It might seem like he's playing the part of like simple. You know, they like to say men are simple, or he's playing the part of stupid. No, ladies, he's reading you. He's already in his mind put you in a box. He's already typecasted you. Now he wants to see, well, okay, how is she going to feel about this? How is she going to feel about that? And even if your wife material and he doesn't want commitment, that's not going to stop him from playing the game. He just acknowledges that you would make a good wife. Moving right along, y'all. How do you beat him at the game, Rochelle? That that's a good question. And yes, dating is definitely a game. For one, you definitely put timelines in place. You make timelines a part of your standard. Because guys who are not serious, they hate timelines. The only timeline they want is access. And so once you put that timeline in place, that puts pressure on him as far as commitment. Because right off rip, he already knows what he's in the relationship for. And so when you start dropping hints about what you're looking for and what you're wanting, that's going to start eliminating quite a number of men. The next thing you want to do is you want to start observing his actions. Do not get caught up in him being consistent. He's just mimicking a relationship so that he can get the benefits of a wife without putting a husband's investment. Number three, you want to qualify him, and qualify him along the lines of and you can find that in another video on along the lines of, can he create a future? Can he commit? Can he love? And I wrote a book. It's on my website, and it's called One Question to End the Guessing Game. Go ahead and get that book, ladies. That book will definitely put you on point. Hmm. In a later video, I want to talk about more about men being physical, because a lot of the decisions we make them based on judging women visually and physically. And it doesn't mean we're shallow. We start off that way. That's not how we move through life. I mean, at the end of the day, we're looking for someone that's compatible with us, someone that shares those same basic morals and principles, and how we see life. That's the final decision. But early on, we're looking at how a woman carries herself. What is she saying to us? And I'm being very, very transparent here, y'all. In our minds, when we're looking at women, we're saying to ourselves, what is she saying to us about herself? And this is how men are making judgments. And I'm not saying our judgments are always correct. What I'm saying is that's the assumption we go under. And then we move forward with confirming our assumptions, or, well, as we go through the process of dating, we're trying to figure out, well, is that assumption right or is that assumption wrong? That's when we move into dating. Hmm. All right. Yeah, I just actually I had this conversation on TikTok just last night, and the flow basically went the same way. Are men shallow for judging that way? That's just the initial. That's just the initial switch for us. You know, that's just that's just how we start off, but that's not how we end. And a man that wants marriage, he walks into the dating process with that mindset already. It's just like you going to the store, okay? You're not going to the store just to hang out. You got a purpose. And most times that purpose is to buy something, to purchase something. Now, while you're at the store, you might pick up a few extra items, right? Well, guess what? We're adults. When a man goes out on a date, he knows what a date is for. It's supposed to lead. You're trying to figure out if we can possibly be in a long term relationship. So the man that's keeping you hostage, keeping you waiting, ladies, he is intentionally doing that. And that's why the timeline is so important. You can't keep him around for more than 3 months, because he is literally playing a game. He knows the purpose of dating, but yet he is still doing what he's doing. He's just hanging out. And if there's no decision, okay, now we're in a situationship. And now for him, he's in a relationship that's leading to relations, not a relationship that leads to marriage. And everything he does in conjunction with that relationship, it has to do with relations. Getting comfortable in the relationship being convenient. He wants an easy life. And if he can get an easy life, he can get access without commitment, then he'll take it. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Yeah. And this is why I created this series, Breaking the Man's Code, because I really want to break down how men think so that when you go out on a date, you're not going into a gunfight with a knife. You know where he is at. So, right off rip, he's judging me, whether I'm wifey material or not. So, at the end of the day, let's see how this is going to play out. Because at the end of 3 months, you'll know what his decision is, whether he vocalizes it or tells you or not, vocally, verbally. Yeah. And like I'm saying, he only see again, ladies, I really want to stress this. We're just talking about being exclusive. This is not marriage, y'all. We're talking about being exclusive, meaning that we're kicking off the relationship. This is just the kickoff. You feel what I'm saying? So the deal is this: I'm becoming exclusive with you so that we could explore each other to see if we're a good fit for marriage. This is not, we're going to the altar now. No. So, how hard is that? After 3 months, I mean, come on. If he's already made an evaluation of you, if he's already made a judgment of you on whether or not you're marriage material, does it really take 3 months for him to investigate you and find out, well, she's not marriage material? No, because he's already looking at you just like an investigator. Okay. We got woman A here, right? We're trying to find out motive. He already knows how to find that out. That's why he's future flirting with you, because he already figured it out. So when a man is future flirting with you, talking about you're the marrying type, you already figured out you're the marrying type. So he's hoping to capture you in that web of hope that we're going to get married later, because he already knows that's what you are yearning for. So it becomes a game. This is why he is consistent, because he knows what you are looking for. You being the marrying type, or a man putting a woman in a category, okay? That's just his way to typecast you, to put a type on you so that it's easier for him to identify you, identify what he needs to do to get access to you. So if you're the the um the marriage type, right? You marriage material, right? You have a certain type of personality. You a certain type. And that certain type, that leads back to your desire to wanting to be married. So then he's going to do certain things for that type of woman that's going to keep her hoping if he's not serious. You see what I'm saying? Keep you in that situationship mode. Oh, baby, yeah, I'm telling you, this is game. Like, this is for real, for real. You know, no, we're done with the recycled, rehearsed dating advice in the games. I'm giving it to you like a man does in the barber shop or in the man cave, like real talk. This is what it is. The first time I saw you, I'm digging you, your body and your skin tone, like that song. I'm digging the way you dress or how you wear that dress, not how that dress wears you. You see what I'm saying? And I'm saying to myself, the way she moves, she look like she's a Marion type. Okay. Now I'm gonna walk over there and approach her and have a conversation because now I want to see where she's at. So now we're having a conversation. We exchange contact. We go out on a date, right? Okay, cool. Now I'm feeling you out. And see, this is where you lay down the law. This is who I am and this is what it is. This ain't just chemistry and fun. He's gonna come across like that, but all the while he's evaluating you. He's seeing how interested you are in him. He's seeing how interested you are in a relationship. And he's sizing you up. He's writing the script as we speak, what he needs to do. So then he puts you in a type. Oh yeah, she's definitely the Marion type because she said this, this, and this. Okay, so now I'm gonna operate in this method. Okay, because that's going to help me gain access to her or get her to make an emotional attachment to me a lot faster. So yeah. So that's the game, y'all. I'm hoping I'm helping, you know? Absolutely. Absolutely. How y'all feeling? Do I get a FYP? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's not that hard to make judgments on people, you know. And see, that's the thing about men. We do judge a book by its cover because we don't know the author. We only know what we see. And since we're already visual creatures, that's what we're used to judging by. It's after we go out on a couple dates and have a couple conversations that, well, we find out, well, okay, yeah, um, maybe she is not, maybe she's not this, or maybe she is this, and we go into depth with it. All right. So, ladies, if there are no more questions, I think I am going to end the night. I really kind of hate to, but hey, it is what it is, right? All right. So, thank you all for the conversation. My name is Phoenix. We're breaking the man code so that we could cut the confusion and bring clarity to your dating life. Thank you, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye.